Oh, well, hello there, Knights of Apollo. It is I, Apollo, and we are back with another glorious siege battle. We are playing Thrones of Britannia, and I call this battle the Impossible Siege. So we are going to be playing one of the new maps that they just released for Thrones of Britannia. They released two of them. This is one of them. This is Babenberg, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this is the settlement that's always mentioned in The Last Kingdom, where he's like, I'm Uhtred of Babenberg. Anyways, it's a really cool map. It's just not balanced for multiplayer. There's only two narrow pathways you can attack. And you can see this kind of speaks for itself. Look at the murder that's gonna happen here. And what's the other pathway? Oh, well, it's just this narrow little road that leads to a narrow little wall section that you can maybe get 4 or 5, probably just 4 siege towers up here. So yeah, it's a very difficult settlement to attack, and that is why I have given it the title of Impossible Siege. Now, there is another section you can attack. You know, this is kind of cool. If you are doing a port battle, you can land ships on this beach and you can attack this side. There's not even a gate here. It's just an open way. So that's really cool. But if you're doing a city assault, the game does not even allow you to go over here. There's a cliff. You see this cliff? That prevents any forces from being able to use the beach, which if I could, I would use that beach, but the game doesn't allow it, which is really stupid. I just wish CA would think about multiplayer as well. Like, I'm sure this is a great single player map, but in terms of balance for multiplayer, it's awful. It doesn't give the attackers a chance. And again, that's why I give it the title of Impossible Siege. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this battle. And I'm leaving it paused here because it is pretty fast at the start here. I don't want to miss anything. So what we have here is we've got 3 Scottish factions, the Kirkin. So they're pretty good, especially with the crossbows. So that's also disgusting, right? Crossbows up here firing down. It's going to be disgusting. And then we are 3 Viking factions known as the Sudrier? I don't know how to pronounce their name perfectly if I'm even close here. Sudrier? Anyways, they're Viking. That's all you need to know. We're all 3 playing as them. So I'm with Mr. Brunswick and Nico. Our plan of attack here is to have 2 armies go this way because, well, 2 armies can certainly attack here. I think it's big enough, hopefully, not really. And then over on this side, I am attacking alone just to try to spread out their forces and thin out their defense. Hopefully, I can do a lot of damage. That's really the strategy here. We'll go ahead and press play. That's really the strategy going into this one, is hoping to spread out their forces so I can maybe they put a really weak defense here and I can kind of surprise them. Anyways, they're charging out cav. They're going straight for my catapult. I did not mean to fire my catapult, but they were on fire at will, which actually killed one of their horses. So rest in peace. Rest in peace. Oh my goodness. Is that what I think it is? Oh my. He has nothing there. Anyway, so they're charging out some cav, and I'm going to mirror their cav with my Eastman horseman. Now, I'm pretty sure his cav is better than mine, so I'm not going to engage near his wall. I'm going to stay close to my army. At the same time, I'm moving over 2 of my very important units, which are my berserkers. Berserkers are absolute key for Viking armies. Berserkers can be the turn of the tide of the battle when you use them wisely. But I am going to use them as a little bit of a anti-cav defense force, and hopefully I can buy enough time where I can hold back this cav so my berserkers can show up. Another thing I wanted to mention here is that somebody, let me do some slow motion here. Somebody has sent out some Highland archers, okay? Now, this is Mark. His name is Mark. He's a really awesome guy. Shout out to Mark, man. I hope you're watching this. You're an awesome dude, and you're very fun to play against. Now, now I'm gonna mention what I thought about this move. So, I thought this was a misclick. I honestly, at this point, I didn't see these Highland archers. But when I do, eventually they will show up on my minimap and I will see them. When I first saw them, I thought that this was a misclick. And you know, crazy things have happened in Total War with pathfinding, where you tell your archers maybe he accidentally told his archers to fire at my units, and now they're charging out to fight me. Well, I spoke to him after the battle. I said, what were you doing, those archers? This was totally planned. He was trying to sneak them behind my army to harass my army. I love the creativity of this tactic, because you don't see this too often. But if only it worked. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But over here, Nico is leading the charge with the siege towers, using the siege towers as a giant shield against enemy archer fire. Let's go back to normal speed. And now we have artillery fire firing nice at the tower. Remove one of the towers. The archers, of course, are holding their ammo. They are using crossbows up here. And they are fully ammoed, ready to go. Oh, boy. And here we go. My siege towers are at the walls. It's got this cool like little outer wall section that leads up to the inner part. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh on CA. I think that a lot of these settlements are really cool and they work nicely for multiplayer. It's just some of them are not balanced like this one, where it doesn't give any like leeway towards the attackers. It doesn't really give them a chance. So expect to see a lot of dead soldiers today, which is tragic. But yeah, we've got Kirkin trying to set up his forces here quickly. Again, let me do some slow motion, because this is where things get interesting. The Cav have decided to collide here. I'm using my Cav to slow him down as much as possible. He's going to push. I really hate this, but he's going to push right through my units and go for my catapult crew, which is really unfortunate. My berserkers, thankfully, are almost there, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this catapult and run towards the berserkers to the safety of those berserkers. Run! Run, men! I must save this catapult if I want any chance of attacking that second layer section. I think a catapult would be very useful at just hitting down cluster of troops holding that pathway. But there we go. My berserkers are going in, and that should be the end, which they are breaking here. Now the battle for the walls has begun. It's looking pretty solid. I haven't broken through anywhere yet, but his quality of troop tier 1, not the greatest against my, well, mine are tier 1 too. But I mean, just by looking at them, my troops look a little better, all right? But yeah, we're pushing pretty hard over here. I'm losing a lot of troops, but that's just the nature of siege battles. You're gonna lose men as you take on the first wall, because of, you know, enemy archers, enemy infantry pinning you in place, and of course the arrow towers really just softening up our forces. And now I've moved up my archers, so I've got 4 units of these archers. Archers aren't very good for this faction, but at least I have something, and I'm going to go ahead and fire at the flank. I might hit some of my own, but I am firing at the flank here, focusing down their more elite unit, which are these warriors. Okay, so here's the part where I noticed the archers. This is where I noticed the archers, and I'm moving my cav, and I'm just completely confused at this point. I'm like, what were they doing? Why is there archers out here? And this is what I was like, did he misclick? What happened here? So yeah, they actually disappear there. That's why my cav stopped pursuing them. They lose sight of them. And then, oh, there they are. I probably should have just stayed in the trees there and just fallen back using the cover of the trees. But yeah, he's kind of revealed himself. That's a weird phrase of words. Anyways, but he's shown his units. I'm going to charge in and slaughter these archers. And this was a huge victory for our side. That's 2 units of full ammo gone. And these are good archers too. So there you have it, guys. They're breaking. I'm going to continue to pursue them though, because I do not want them to return. So good job, Viking Cav. Now we've broken through here. Very nice. Got the herdmen. I'm going to go ahead and flank around. I think I've also committed my berserkers, because again, oh no, here comes the berserkers. They're just now arriving. So I really want to break down this defense as quickly as possible and clear out this area so I can prepare for the very deadly second phase of the battle, which of course is this pathway right here, which is going to be death. He's already got his archers ready. He's got crossbowmen, which is going to really suck. Now, you guys know crossbows are very much armor piercing. Now, on this side, they are taking a little bit longer to get into position, which makes sense. They have to walk up this giant hill. Imagine being one of these soldiers pushing the siege tower up to this front. It would be disgustingly difficult and very tiresome. But thankfully, they're still fresh, and they are ready to go. He's got some Norse mailed, here, sir? Here, sir? Basically, some really awesome sword infantry. And he's getting them in position. I think at this point, they're now going to move up the rest of the army. And the reason they did that is because they didn't want to blob up their forces too much because of the archers. We are literally doing everything in our power to save these men. And like we're just thinking, like, every small advantage we can get in this type of settlement, we are going to take and we are going to use, because this is such just like a very, very difficult settlement to attack. We have to really think out everything. We can't just be like, oh, just, you know, attack the walls. We have to think about every step we take and have a very detailed plan on this assault. And there we go. We're starting to win over on this side. And I'm going to go ahead and start capturing arrow towers, capture the gates. Brunswick has moved over his cav to support me because he moved him over earlier when I was getting attacked by enemy cav. And there we go. We've broken this unit as well. And now we can move on to the final unit who's holding the walls. There goes my Norseman here. Retinue sword. This is a tier 3 swordsman. So, yeah, I've pretty much committed all of my infantry into this fight, because I want to overwhelm the defenders and defeat them as quickly as possible. There we go. The gate is ours. We've destroyed the towers. And now we've surrounded this unit. There we go. They're not even breaking yet. You know, I tip my hat to their general direction, but they will break. And now I'm moving up some infantry to take this position. This will help, I believe, this will, see if I can get battlefield-wide morale bonus. If the attackers, let's see, hold on. If the attackers capture a victory point, the defender's remaining victory point will tick down until 0 when they lose. Okay, but this isn't a victory point. This is just a morale point. No, it is a victory point. What? I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it gives us a morale boost and takes away their morale boost. So that's good. We got to take that out. I'm now moving some berserkers over here. Probably shouldn't have done this. But I am moving them to take this arrow tower. It's never good to send an elite unit to just sit here and get shot while capturing. I'm burning down some buildings again. Remember, if you burn down buildings, it affects the combat effectiveness of the defenders. These guys are still fighting, by the way. They just broke. Insane. Very insane. So let's go back over to this way. And now the battle has begun over here. And it has been a costly battle. A very costly battle. Look at that. The troops are breaking already. Brunswick, I think these troops are his forces right here. Just now making it to the walls. Oh, man. Here they come. Look at that. They look tired already. But yeah, they're fighting the good fight. Of course, they've got archers over here supporting them, firing into the big blobs of our troops trying to break through. But it's a struggle, guys. It's certainly a struggle. Let's go back to our side over here. All right, so we're taking this arrow tower. That's one less thing to worry about. My troops are burning down more buildings. We've only done about 1% settlement damage. I don't think that's really done anything to affect the defenders' effectiveness. There goes that tower. And now I'm going to keep pushing around my troops, burn down their buildings. Remember, if your unit has a raiding ability, they will just naturally throw torches on the settlements, on the buildings inside the settlement. You can see they're throwing some. Look at that. I love that. That's so cool. That is so cool. I love that about this game. The siege battles are amazing in this. Why is the gate going? What is this? I thought we captured this. That is so annoying. Oh, it must have been like retreating defenders. It's like, don't use the oil on the retreating defenders. You're gonna kill some of our own. All right, so let's do some slow motion here. Let's take a moment, analyze the battlefield, figure out what's going on. So far, we've broken through this first layer with ease. We didn't lose too many here. We lost a couple good men, but not too many. I'm now pushing up my archers to take down this arrow tower. Probably not worth it. Probably not worth it, but I was going to try anyways. Pushing up some cav to scout out the enemy because I can't see what they have. Now, we can see right now, but at the time, they are in the fog of war. I cannot see their position. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Look at this. Absolutely ridiculous settlement. So, yeah, I'm scouting up ahead, and I'm basically trying to figure out what I need to do. But I can't sit back for too long because my brothers in arms over here are dying. And yes, I'm super far away attacking a different part of the settlement. But if I can attack and cause them to be concerned about the other side, maybe they'll peel some units away from this fight. Maybe they'll have to micro much more to deal with my army. We'll see. Oh, nice. Look at this little canopy here. Protects them from enemy arrow fire. That's really cool. But they're trying, man. My allies are using brute force, trying to break through these guys. It's really cool to go back and watch this battle because I was so focused on my fight. I couldn't really watch too much of their battle, so it's cool to see it in much greater detail of what's going on here. And they still have a lot of reserves. Lots of reserves. That's good to see. But they're getting hit hard from the rear. Yep, this is what we got to deal with. This is what we got to deal with. So, let's go back over to my side. Again, we'll do slow motion. What do we do here? What do you think is the best plan of action with dealing with these forces? It's not a huge force. It's really not. They've got, what, 3 units here? They've got a general nearby. They have some war dogs, or wolf hounds. Okay, so Das Hound. But yeah, they've also got crossbowmen, which they're actually firing at my cav. I am trying to capture this using my archer unit to do it. That's fine. Just, trying to take away as many possibilities of death, basically removing these arrow towers from the battlefield. But I'm going to go ahead and once again move up my cav, scout out the enemy. So again, what's the best plan of attack? I personally think you should send up your weaker troops first, right? Send up the weaker troops first. Let them absorb the ammo. That's all you have to do. That's the only thing you can do in a situation like this. Absorb ammo, because you're not going to be able to kill these crossbows from a distance. If you use your archers to try to fight them, they're just not going to land any hits. Because look how high up they have to aim, and look at how much they're protected here. He's now shifting his crossbows over to this side, and he's going to now be able to fire from both flanks. Again, using weaker troops to absorb the ammo. That's all I can do, and I just hope that my weaker troops can stand there and sit there and absorb that ammo so they have no more ammo. I am preserving, I'm keeping my berserkers in reserve. So I think I've got these, no, those aren't berserkers. But I have my berserkers somewhere around here. They're sitting in reserve. Oh, right in the flames because they're crazy bastards. But yeah, I've got them in reserve because I'm using them last. Berserkers, like I said, can be the turn of the tide. They can be the turn of the battle. And if I charge them in first, they will get pelted by crossbows and break or die very quickly. So let's go to normal speed where I'm setting up my first unit. I've got some Norse mailed Herseer. This is actually a really good unit. But I didn't really have bad units in my army. It was a pretty small quality force, which probably is not the best for this type of settlement, but I didn't really know at the time. If I had like tier 1 units, I would be sending them in first, but look at that. There we go. God, that's disgusting. And it's only gonna get worse. Look, they've got full ammo, pretty much. They've only used up about, what, 15% of their ammo? No big deal. Now I'm charging in, and I'm actually falling back here. I'm gonna wait for reinforcements, and I'm gonna form shield wall. I got my cav in the mix here as well, and I'm gonna use my artillery, which actually looks like it already got some hits here. You see the blood? I'm using my artillery to shell this position, and my troops are breaking. You see that? They're already breaking. So I'm like, you know what? Just send them in, because the best way to avoid enemy archer fire is, you know, getting really close to their troops so they might commit friendly fire. And they return from the fight, or return to the battle. And I got more troops coming up. More and more troops. I've got to push. I got to get in this base. The balance of power is looking rough. If we look at the numbers, we still have more troops than them, but barely. A little more than 100. And here we go. The impossible siege continues. Here comes the warhounds, or the wolfhounds. Look at that. Oh, fight them back. So he's using them to hold me back so his crossbows can chew me up without being super close to his regular infantry. But yeah, at this point, I'm pretty much out of ammo, unfortunately. There's not a lot of ammo in the artillery in Thrones. So I've actually decided to drop the catapults and move up my artillery crew. Again, using all that I can to absorb that ammo so my elite berserkers and even my general can push up unharassed. Another thing you should consider, you know, initially I was, like I said, trying to kill the archers up here. I thought I had a better angle because the archers have, like, their backs turned to me if they can just... But look at, they're not... Look at this. They're not landing. The arrows are not landing here. I'm wasting ammo. It takes me a while to figure that out. I think in a situation like this, you want to use all your ammo on the enemy infantry. Enemy infantry, there's nothing you can do about those archers. So now we keep pushing in. And look at this bloodshed here. Just a slaughter. Just an absolute slaughter. We've only done, well, we've done 8% damage, so that minus 1 supplies. Minus 2 now. Minus 2 melee skills. But my troops are just crumbling as soon as they get to this front line. And it's just tragic. It's just absolutely tragic. Back over on this side, it's not looking great either. They're still fighting for the walls. It can be kind of frustrating. It can be kind of frustrating in these siege environments. There we go, more troops pushing. More troops pushing. They're fighting the good fight. Got archers supporting the assault over here. So this is a pretty traditional battle, you know, just fighting for the walls. They've committed all of their troops. They've committed all of their troops. Another thing, let's do slow motion again, because there's a lot to this battle. But it seems like they are taking a nice lead over here, a nice push. The attackers have the defenders surrounded, and if they can take that, they can wrap around and support this side of the battle, which could be very helpful. They do have a lot of reserves over here. Good God, defenders still have a lot of reserves. Back over here, I am really struggling, really struggling, but Brunswick has sent over his archers to support me, and he's also sent over his general, which he's on the way right now, and he's also got his cav. So even though I'm starting to run out of forces because they're getting shredded by enemy archers, we have support here, and he's now doing what I said earlier. What you should probably do is just focus all of your archer fire on the enemy infantry, because you are not going to kill these archers. All we're trying to do here is play the waiting game. They still have about 20% of their ammo. They've used up a lot, and look at my forces are breaking. Tragic. And I'm constantly charging back in men who have broken and are returning. This is just like, this is just tragic. I mean, I don't know what else to put it. I mean, you're gonna have to take casualties. I'm even taking on friendly fire, because that's better than just sitting back and not firing at these infantry troops. And there we go, more and more troops pushing up. And I'm starting to run out of forces. Come on. Keep fighting the good fight. Troops keep breaking, they keep wavering, but they are returning. Come on, get back in the struggle. They're almost out of ammo. Almost out of ammo. The 2 units of crossbows. And here we go. My berserkers have been called into action, because I've noticed that they're almost out of ammo. They still got a little bit, but not enough to break my berserkers. So it's all up to my berserkers to break through this line of Kirkian. They've still got reserves up here as well. Okay, so this is good too. They've sent over 3 more units. And when I saw these 3 units waiting for us, I was like, oh God, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna win this. because I just don't have enough. Because even if I break through this force, which is even questionable, I've got to break through these 3 forces. But remember, I also have Brunswick's cav support. I also have my general moving into action, and he also has his general on his way. So there's a chance. There's certainly a chance. These crossbows, they have a little bit of ammo. I'm not sure where they're going, but they're not going the right way, which is fine. And now both berserkers have joined into the fray. Let's go back over to the other side of the fight. Yes, yes, this is really good. They've almost taken this section of the wall. If they can just defeat this unit, they can start sending over units. Oh, the general's been involved in the battle. The general getting some cycle charges there. Oh no, that's terrible. Seems like the general cycle charged his way into this fight. And he's killed any kind of push we had here. And now he's sending up berserkers. I think this is where it's do or die, guys. We're just setting up all that we have, berserkers, everything, to try to take this settlement. Balance of power now in favor of the defenders. Slightly, but it's in favor. And they outnumber us by a ton. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the numbers go down on our side. Or, I'm sorry, on their side, actually. We, because of our elites joining the battle, are starting to really do some heavy damage. Look at the difference. Watch them. Ours are going down steadily, but theirs are going much faster down. So we can turn this around if the berserkers can start to break these guys and we can push in. But we still have to deal with these layers of troops. He's got some spearmen that can hold choke points for a long time. And geez, look at that. They still have tons of troops left. Even though we've taken the walls. Is that someone's head? That's someone's head. Even though we've taken the walls, we still have layers of troops we're going to have to fight through to get to this town center, which is being defended by some sharpshooters. All right, let's go back over here. The struggle continues, but my overwhelming force of berserkers are turning the tide in this initial fight. But it's far from over. Oh my god, hold fire, please, with those archers. Here comes my general as well. This is the Hearth Guard. And now they're pushing up, and I notice that there's a gap right here. And I'm going to try to hold open a gap so Brunswick's cav can charge in. If Brunswick's cav can get through here, he can obviously get behind enemy forces. But unfortunately, one of the Kirkian swordsmen returns from routing and just buys his troops enough time to block this gap. Here we go. Ready? Come on, push. We got more infantry coming over. Look at this. Okay, this is interesting. This infantry that was right here in the center, that's why there's a gap now, is coming back. So I almost feel like they were sending troops back this way because they're worried about this side. So this is what we're talking about, attacking on 2 different fronts. We've got them panicking on both sides, and it's causing them to micro more, and it's causing them to really decide and pick what they're going to have to use their troops for. And this gap is slightly open, but I don't think it's enough for the cav. And there we go. My berserkers are pushing in. My general is pushing in. My general has an ability that increases their melee attack. I forgot. It's like, oh, I forgot. Determination, I believe it's what it's called. I'm popping that as soon as I can. Every time it comes back to increase my melee damage against these soldiers here. I'm now sending in my archers who do not have any ammo. It's so important that I break through here so I can help my allies. And here we go. Here comes Brunswick's cav. I think he's going to try to find a way to pass through here. But they've got it blocked. They've got it blocked, and now they're sending in archers, crossbows to hold us back. And their archers... Okay, yeah, their archers are out of ammo. Now using them as infantry. It's a struggle. It's certainly a struggle. But the balance of power looks like it's shifted back. Look at this. Now we have more troops than them. Because of the attack of the berserkers, we're starting to kill them more than they're killing of us, which is, you know, always important. A lot of them breaking. A lot of their troops are just tired. But I really got to question their defense here. I mean, they're going to try to hold this? I think they should have fallen back to... Because then they would have just held 3 points here. 1, 2, 3. But instead, they're trying to hold a much wider area, and that's giving us hope to break through these forces. Look at that. I think that was a huge mistake by them. A huge mistake. They should have fallen back over here and defended the 3 points. Instead, they're defending like 5. Very open points. And now Brunswick is going for the capture point. This is a smart move. It's going to cause them to have to break away from the front lines and fall back to the capture point to fight us. So he's going to go ahead and take on these axemen. I'm sorry, crossbowmen. And if he can break through there or capture the center point, it's going to cause a lot of chaos in his front lines. Look at this back over here. We're slicing through.
Take cover.
We are slicing through. There's a gap now. I told Brunswick about the gap. I'm like, okay, now's the chance, man. Send up your cav. My berserkers are just loving this, you know? This is what they live for. My general is very low. Very low on troops. He's down to 45 men. My army is almost spent. I cannot hold. Look at, I even got, well, these are archers that are breaking, but still. They're breaking, and it's all down to my berserkers, who are a thin line of men, but they are hardened veterans. They are crazy bastards. Look at, they're like, blah, blah, we are berserkers, blah. My general needs support. My general's breaking. Come on, Brunswick, get your troops up here. Push. So yeah, it's very intense over here. I'm holding on barely, but I'm causing this flank to break. All that's going to be left are this unit of black blades, which is a really, really good unit. But there we go. We've defeated these troops. Tragically, my berserkers, well, are berserk. I have no control of them, so they're going to chase down the routing forces instead of being able to quickly send them up and support the general. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And here we go, guys. We're capping the center point. My general has just perished in battle, but a glorious battle indeed. An honorable death. Nothing to be ashamed of. Dying with his men to take this point. There we go. Here comes Brunswick's general to fill in the gaps where my general has fallen. His general will take his place. There we go. They're taking care of some swordsmen here. Now they can capture this. And they should be falling back right now. They should be falling back to the center point. But it just might be too late. Look at that. We don't even have enough troops to assault this area. Yeah, I think that was the biggest mistake from the defenders. I think if they fell back and defended this area, like right here, 3 points, 1, 2, 3, they would have been able to defend the town center. And now they're playing the scrambled egg game, you know, where it's a scramble. It's a scramble to get over to this town center and defend it. And now we have generals running amok. They're trying to hammer and anvil as much as they can. My berserkers have finally gotten back into the battle, I think. Where are my berserkers? I don't know. Berserkers are... What? Oh, my berserkers are in this fight. There's only 15 of them left. 15 berserkers left. And we're capturing the center point. We just have to hold it for 2 minutes, but can we? What are they doing here? Why is he not flanking around? Now he's got archers firing at some troops over here. And have we taken it? It's still going up. He's got units holding back the general. There we go. Another general gone. Huzzah! And there we go. We've taken it. The countdown is going down. Archer's still trying to fight the good fight over on this side. They must be microing like crazy with those generals. I think that's what it is. That's why their troops are kind of standing around. And this battle's still going on. You know what's strange though? I don't remember my berserkers dying here. I do not remember my berserkers dying. And, oh, Brunswick moving up his archers to support this side of the fight. Here we go. General forming up here, I suppose. We got Nico's general charging in now. It's good that they saved their general for the last fight, last stand here. There we go. He's going to probably flank around and kill this unit. Look at the city burning over here. I love that. That looks so sick. Running by the burning village. Okay, so I definitely think there was a desync here, but like 99% of the battle is the same. So at this point, the berserkers, my berserkers, were surrounding this unit, and this unit was about breaking right here. But yeah, that really stinks. We've taken the town center. Yeah, see, this is weird. Damn it, Thrones! What the hell? Fix your game. This better not say it ends in a draw. That's better not say it ends in a draw. Close defeat? No! This was a victory. That is such bullcrap. Okay, so yeah, this battle desynced, obviously. Again, it was all correct until the very end of the battle. I have no idea why it desynced. I don't know if they came out with an update or something and it caused this, but it's like 98% the same. I recommend, guys, please go watch the live version of the game on my Facebook page. There's a link to that down below. You will see the actual ending to this battle, because I had berserkers left over and we destroyed their forces. I was getting a little worried when they weren't moving their troops properly, and it was because of the desync. But this settlement, even though we won this battle, this settlement I still believe is impossible. I think the defenders made a couple mistakes that made it possible to win. Like, for example, Mark setting out his archers. Imagine if he had those two archers alive towards the end of the battle. He would have gotten so many kills with those guys. Also, they should have fallen back to the town center over here and not try to hold such a wide area. But let's end the replay and look at the results here. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Because it's desynced, it's not going to take us to the end results. That's fun. But, yeah, well, the crossbows that were killing my men had like 300 kills, like, each. It was insane. So that was really frustrating. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up here, guys. Sorry that it ended like that. Again, it was 98% right. Just go watch the stream when I streamed this a couple days ago on my Facebook page. You'll see the actual ending and the stats, which is cool, I guess, that it's still up there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.